right, here we go. Proctor Rails, Stillwater Ponies. Starting up just a little bit late due to Superior's varsity senior night game ahead of us. Rails will start off here with Dunbar taking the face-off, flanked by Brzezinski and Fish. We've got Burke and Katerlik on defense. Stillwater dump it into the Rails zone. Burke along the boards up to Fish. Fish looks to chip it up to Dunbar. He turns it over to Stillwater. Stillwater's going to turn it over back to Burke. Sent over to the boards. Burke and Fish. Rails come away with it. Burke will carry up to the neutral zone. It's poked off of his stick by the Ponies. Stillwater's going to jump out in the neutral zone and grab that, send that cross ice. They're going to call an offsides on that. So face-off will be just outside of the Proctor zone. Elder Dunbar on the face-off here. It's got Radzak and Johnson on the wings. Olsen and Nimmons on defense. Stillwater along the far boards. They'll carry into zone, poked off of their stick by Olsen. Johnson will pick it up. Johnson over the blue line down to the bottom of the circle. Johnson tries to send that one towards the net. Stillwater's going to come away from the corner with that. And turn it back over to the Rails. Radzak chips it up high right to a Stillwater player. Nimmons will send that back low, but they will call a Rails offsides. Sent down to the far Stillwater corner. Send that back up along the boards. Johnson scraps, takes the puck away. Johnson hands it off to Dunbar. Dunbar carries into the circle. Dunbar looking up high for Olsen. That's going to get bobbled and out into the neutral zone. Excuse my cough. Olsen will send that to the corner and chase. Stillwater gets there first. They're going to carry that behind their net, chip it up the boards, and up out of the zone. Dunbar will grab it, head back down. Dunbar loses control of the puck, turns it over to Stillwater. Stillwater will send it up the boards. It'll be held against the boards by Burke. He will re-enter the zone. Stillwater will chip it back up and out. Katerlik gets a stick on that, knocks it down. He's going to pick it up, carry through the Rails zone. Up ice to Simonson. Taken off of Simonson's stick by Stillwater. It's number 10 for Stillwater that took that. Centering attempt there by Simonson, knocked back down by Welty. Loose puck out front, Talarico gets a stick on it. Stillwater goaltender is going to cover that up for a whistle. I know there might be a few Stillwater people watching, so I will try to give you a number if I can catch it. Talarico on the face-off for Proctor. Be held into the zone by Katerlik. Simonson shot towards the net from along the boards. Goaltender is going to deflect that. Number 10 for Stillwater. We'll send that up along the boards up to 13. 13 chips up ice. He turned over to the Rails. Burke back up into the neutral zone to Katerlik, who chips it up to Welty. Welty will carry into the zone. Welty loses a puck. Simonson's going to pick it up. Simonson sends it on net. Goaltender makes the first save. Rebound out front. Knocked to the side by Stillwater. Picked up by Burke. It's taken off of his stick as he tries to clear the Stillwater defender. They'll send that up ice into the neutral zone. Number 2 for Stillwater dumps it to the corner. And Olsen along the Rails net over to Katerlik and up to Simonson. Simonson chips it up to Talarico. It's taken off his stick by number 12. 12 will carry behind the Ponies net, sends it up ice. Chipped up to 5. Talarico will break up the centering attempt there. Stillwater will send that cross ice to 15. They'll carry up to the neutral zone. Brzezinski pressures to the corner, as does Fish. Up high for Stillwater. Number 12 takes a shot that's wide of the net. Stillwater tries to center that, broken up by Dunbar and Brzezinski. Dunbar will carry up out of the zone. Dunbar cross ice for Fish. They connect. Be taken off Fish's stick there by number 5 for Stillwater. Carry back into the rails zone. Push to the corner by Nimmons. Stillwater will center that. Brzezinski ties up the player out front, and Olsen will grab it and chip it up here to Fish. Fish will carry through the neutral zone. He's going to dump that to the corner and grab a line change. Dunbar pressures. Sent up the boards by Stillwater. Up to 3. 3 will send that cross ice, be picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar up ice to Radzak. Radzak will go cross ice to Johnson. Johnson catches and drops it. Johnson with the top shelf goal. Johnson will sink that to give the Rails their first goal of the game. That was Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. Stillwater is going to come away with that. We're going to have a tripping call coming here on Johnson. Stillwater gets a shot. It'll be gloved by McGowan. Rails will have a minute 30 one-man disadvantage here on a Johnson tripping call. Welty will take the face-off for Proctor. Stillwater controls off the face-off shot towards the net, center mass. McGowan's going to cover that up, drop it down. And Rails will send it over to the board. Stillwater's going to hold it in. Katerlik will pick it up. Katerlik tries to chip past number 9 for Stillwater. He's going to knock it down, come away from the board. Shot. Glove saved by McGowan. Talrico on the face-off. Chipped up by Olsen. Stillwater's going to hold it in. They're going to send it towards the net. That hits some traffic out front, deflects to the side. Stillwater's going to pick it up, get a shot or 2 off towards McGowan. Rails will hold that off. Talrico again on the draw for Proctor. He's got Nimmons, Olsen, and Brzezinski on the PK. Stillwater's going to control, carry around, drop it up to the defender. Whiffed shot out at the top of the circle. Talrico's going to carry, chip it up out of the zone. Brzezinski will pick it up, center of the ice there. Send that into the Stillwater zone. Brzezinski will pick it up, chips it towards the net. That one dropped down, rebound out front. Stillwater will get there first. Brzezinski over to the boards will force a chip down into the zone. Olsen will pick it up. Olsen sends it up the boards. That's going to get out past number 12. Nice attempt there to hold it in. Ponies getting back on sides. They are. 12 will dump it down behind the Rails net. Stillwater's going to get there first. Olsen hustles, gets a stick on that, chips it up to Nimmons. Nimmons will pick it up, send it up the boards. Should have an icing call there. Yep, and we do. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. Stillwater will pick that up, chip it up high. They're going to send that cross ice for the one-timer attempt. Second shot connects. Whiff on the first shot there for the Stillwater defender. Will try to catch a number there. Number 9, it looks like, for Stillwater. Picked up his own puck there after the whiff and sank that beyond McGowan. That'll tie it up. Sorry, kind of off the screen there. There we go. That one's going to sneak through traffic. McGowan very likely screen there, and that will tie it up at ones. Dunbar over to Johnson off the face-off. Johnson tries to clear to the defender, hits a skate, loses control of the puck. Dunbar will move it back to Johnson. Johnson sends it towards the net. Burke gets a shot from over near the boards. Hits the goaltender, deflects to the side. Fish will pick it up. He sends it back down low to Fish. Burke sent it back down low to Fish. Dunbar steps in. Dunbar knocked off the puck in the corner. No call coming on that. Dunbar will hold it behind the Ponies' net as they try to send it up the boards. Second connection there is successful. They'll send it cross ice, just in front of the stick of the Stillwater player. Catterlick will get there, send it down into the Ponies' zone. Johnson centers. Dunbar picks it up. Backhand by Dunbar is going to get up and pass the goaltender. Cohen Dunbar with a goal off of a Maddox Johnson assist. Nice center minutes. Elder Dunbar. Seeger takes the face-off there for Proctor. Radzak will chip it up to Simonson. Simonson will carry down into the zone, looks to send that cross ice, bounces through the defender. Dunbar centers. Stillwater's going to pick it up right in front of the net. Carry back out of the zone. Stillwater's going to take a shot from up near the blue line. McGowan will glove that one for a whistle. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor, sends it to the corner. Olsen will send that along the boards up here to Simonson. Simonson will chip it past the Pony player. They'll send it back up along the boards. They're going to come away with it. Olsen back check by Nimmons. They're going to call Nimmons on a hooking penalty there, I think. Yep. So Rails 1 minute 30-second short-handed PK here. Radzak on the face-off there. Stillwater's going to come away with it. Carry behind the Rails net. Send that up high to the defender. That one will be broken up by Simonson there. Oh, they're going to call Simonson on a trip now, too. Simonson tried to move around the Stillwater player to get the puck. So Stillwater will pull their goalie, send another man on the ice. They've got a 6-on-4 here until the Rails touch the puck. Dunbar gets a stick on that. No whistle. Okay, they'll call the whistle there on the second touch. So 1 minute left on the Nimmons penalty. Simonson's going to join him in the box. 5-on-3. Rails have too many men out there. They got to send somebody off. Okay, Radzak will exit the ice. We've got Dunbar, Tallarico, and Catterlick on the PK here. Stillwater will walk in, shot from center of the ice there, deflected by McGowan. Catterlick picks it up, sends it along the boards, will be held in by Stillwater. Stillwater moves it down to the bottom of the circle, cross ice. Up high, one-timer shot, wide of the net. Stillwater will send that up to the defender. Looking to send that cross ice, Tallarico's gonna pick it. Send it out into the neutral zone. Stillwater will get there first to pick it up. They're back on sides now. They're going to re-enter the zone. 20 seconds left in the first Rails penalty. Be pinned against the boards by Dunbar. Dunbar will come away with it. Dunbar looks to center that across the ice and doesn't get it there. Stillwater will pick it up, but Tallarico will grab it, send it into the neutral zone. 5 seconds left in the first Rails penalty here. Stillwater drops it back to the defender. Nimmons out of the box. We've got 27 seconds left on the Simonson penalty. That'll be an offsides call there on Stillwater as they try to move the puck back up towards the Rails zone. Brzezinski will take the face-off here. He's got Fish, Catterlick, and Burke. Brzezinski comes away with that, sends the puck out into the neutral zone where Stillwater will pick it up, regroup, and enter the zone. Burke's going to take that one off the Stillwater stick, sends it up, held in by Stillwater, then Burke will pick it up again. Burke down into the circle. Fish will pick it up in the corner, chip it back up to Burke. Rails are back at full strength here. Stillwater player gets beyond Burke there. They got another man cross ice. Simonson tries to chip that down, sorry. McGowan's gonna make 1-2 saves. Stillwater had a breakaway attempt there. Be Cohen Dunbar on the face-off here. One moves towards the rails net. Johnson gets a stick on it. Olsen's going to pick it up, carry out into the neutral zone. Olsen sends that cross ice. It'll be turned over to Stillwater. They'll chip it along the boards. Shot from top of the circle, wide of the net. Johnson will get a stick on there. It'll be sent up high to the Stillwater defender. They lob that towards the net. That's wide as well. Welty will carry along the boards. He's bodied to the corner, still carrying the puck. Welty to the far corner, carries up high, chips it over to Nimmons. Nimmons sends it down low, he's looking for Olsen. They don't connect. Dunbar will get there, send it along the boards. Ponies are gonna pick it up. They're gonna send cross ice. He poked off their stick by Nimmons. Dunbar will pick it up as it's loose in the neutral zone. Sends it up for Johnson. Johnson will chip it into the Ponies' end. They'll send it back out. Shot from out near the blue line. That's wide of the net. Rebound picked up by Katerlik. Katerlik up to Johnson. Johnson's going to backhand that up into the neutral zone. Stillwater will enter the zone. That'll be center mass for McGowan. Seeger Dunbar on the face-off. He's got Talarico, Burke, Katerlik, and Radzak. Dunbar behind the net. Here's the Pony player. Dunbar will carry up to the neutral zone that's poked off of his stick down to the corner. Dunbar picks it back up. Stillwater's going to send that up along the boards. Cross-ice pass almost broken up by Dunbar. They're going to clear Katerlik there. That'll be sunk for a goal beyond McGowan. Knocked back to Nimmons. Nimmons over to Olsen. Olsen cross ice to Simonson. That'll get past him. Stillwater will pick it up in the corner. Simonson will take it back behind the net. Shot from Fish sent up into the glass. Stillwater's going to pick it up, try to send it out. Nimmons will glove it and drop it, send it towards the net. Deflected by the goaltender. Same thing on the other side. Olsen will glove it and drop it. Loose puck out front. Brzezinski grabs it. Brzezinski shot from the circle. Rebound by the goaltender. He picked up by Stillwater. Sent up ice, broken up by Nimmons. Nimmons will chip that up. Be held in by Stillwater. Nimmons behind the rails net. Send that cross up to Fish. It's taken off of Fish's stick, but Brzezinski will pick it up. Brzezinski will dump that to the corner as he crosses the red line and grab a line change. Simonson pressures behind the Stillwater net. They'll reverse course, head back up the near boards, and send it up out into the neutral zone. Cross ice ahead of the teammate there. Be chipped up to Simonson. Simonson will carry into the Ponies' end. They'll be poked off of his stick. Stillwater's going to clear Welty in the neutral zone. Walk in, get a shot. Rebound by McGowan. Katerlik sends it up to Dunbar. Dunbar chips it up to Johnson. They're going to get past the Stillwater players. Johnson will sink that one. Dekes the goaltender there. They'll give the Rails back a 1-goal lead. I think second in the game for Johnson, I believe. I imagine they're going to zam after the first period, but I'm not certain because they did not zam between the varsity game and our game, so maybe they'll go to Johnson, cross ice to Welty. Dunbar will pick it up in the neutral zone. Dunbar bodied off the puck, turns it over to Stillwater. Stillwater pushed to the corner by Katerlik. They'll center attempt there that hits, I think, Welty's skate. Be picked up by Katerlik. He's looking for Dunbar to step ahead of him. He turned over to Stillwater. Sent up into the neutral zone by Katerlik. Johnson will pick it up. He'll chip it to the corner and chase. Dunbar gets there, takes the puck. Dunbar centers out front to Welty. Welty gets a backhand on it. Hits some traffic. Stillwater's going to grab it and drop it and carry out of the zone. Katerlik picks it up. Cross ice to Johnson. Johnson will tip it into the zone. Rails are grabbing a line change here. Stillwater will stretch that cross ice. Looking to send that back into the center of the ice. Broken up by Dunbar. Stillwater will pick it up, carry into the zone. Olsen gets a stick on that. Clears a Stillwater player. Tips it up to Tallarico. Tallarico up to Dunbar. Dunbar cross ice to Radzak. Radzak shot wide of the net. Stillwater will send that back out. Olsen's going to hold it in. Gets a shot. Rebound picked up by Radzak. Radzak dumped there. Dunbar takes the face-off for the Rails. Tallarico, quick shot off of the face-off. Bounces, hits some traffic. Stillwater sends it up the boards. They look to send it out. Tallarico's going to tip it back in. Dunbar will pick it up. Dunbar to the bottom of the circle. Centers out front, looking for Tallarico. It gets through everybody. Nimmons will send it over to Olsen, sorry. Olsen gets a shot. Goaltender is going to get a glove on that. Deflects over to the corner. And that will be the end of the first period. Let's see what they do here. It looks like the Rails are leaving the bench, but they're going behind the bench, which is not where the locker room is. I have no clue what they're doing, but set it for a minute. We're not zamming here, so we'll start back up in just a second. Shots on goal after the first period. Rails with 10, Ponies with 12. All right, Brzezinski will draw for Proctor. He's got Tallarico and Fish. Katerlik and Burke on defense. Brzezinski sends it over to the boards. Stillwater gets there first. They'll send it down to the corner. Katerlik and Burke pressure behind the Rails net. Burke will pick it up, chip it up to Fish. Fish backhands it looking for Brzezinski and doesn't get a stick on that. Tallarico will take it back. Brzezinski grabs it, poked off of his stick by the Ponies. Katerlik will pick it up, drops it off for Brzezinski. Stillwater's going to grab it. They'll send that down into the Rail zone. Burke picks it up. Burke's going to turn in the corner. Chips it up to Fish. That one's going to get past Fish, but out of the zone. Stillwater will pick it up in the neutral zone. Tallarico's going to take it off of their stick. Tallarico down behind the Ponies net. He's got a stick around his neck there. No call coming on it. So he loses control of the puck. Oh, they are calling it, sorry. I thought I saw that, So Ponies will get a hooking penalty there. Rails have a minute 30 one-man advantage. It's number 12 for the Ponies, Anderson, it looks like, into the box for a hook. Dunbar on the face-off. Stillwater still has 5 guys on the ice for some reason. Oh, you know what they took? I'm sorry, they took both of them. I think that is Olsen in the box, but I'm not certain. So incidentals there on the penalties, so no advantage. 5-on-5 hockey. Dunbar, top of the circle, clears the defender. He gets a shot. Beautiful glove save by the goaltender there. I'll give him a highlight on that. Face-off will be in the far corner here. We'll be back live in just a second. Catterlick will send that towards the Ponies' net. Picked up by number 10 for Stillwater in front of the net. He's going to chip that up the boards. Dunbar will grab it. Dunbar over to the corner. Dunbar looking to center. Sends it up high to Catterlick. Catterlick sends that on net. Goaltender makes a save. Rebound drops down, though, and Dunbar is going to pick it up for a goal. I think Catterlick had the shot. Dunbar grabbed the rebound. Goaltender made the first save there. Just dropped out of his glove. Dunbar in the right spot. Give the Rails a 2-goal lead here. Cohen Dunbar on the face-off. Simonson grabs it. He'll carry towards the Ponies' end. Tries to send that on net from over near the boards. It's knocked down by Stillwater. They're going to pick it up. Dunbar meets him behind the net. Simonson picks it up, gets a shot off from the side. Rebound out front, picked up by Stillwater. We'll send that to the corner and chase. Olsen there for Proctor. Olsen sends that to Nimmons behind the net. Nimmons will send that up, held in by Stillwater. They're going to move the puck up high. Lob it towards the net. Olsen will knock it down. And have a tripping call coming on Stillwater there. Looks like they just snagged. Looks like number 8. Nope, sorry, 16 for Stillwater will have a tripping penalty there. So now we will have a 1-man advantage here for Proctor. I don't know how much time is left in the incidentals there. Simonson off of the face-off. Sends it to the corner. Nobody's there. Dunbar will get there behind the net. Dunbar up high to Nimmons. Nimmons sends that towards the net. Tries to. Dunbar loses an edge behind the net. Still tries to center to Johnson. Johnson will grab it. Johnson gets a shot saved by the goaltender. A little bit of pushing and shoving after there. Goaltender made at least one save there, maybe more. Incidental penalties have expired, so minute 9 left on the Rails power play here. Brzezinski takes the face-off. He's going to pick it up off of the face-off. Drops it back over to Burke. Burke will chip that on net. Knocked down by Fish, wide of the net. Tellerico to the corner. Stillwater will send that behind their net and pick it up in the far corner. Cross ice. No connection there. Catterlick will pick it up as it enters the Rails, though, and chip it back up to Tellerico. Tellerico up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski shot from under the blue line, deflected by the goaltender. Stillwater will get there first, send it along the boards. Fish gets there. Fish looking to send that up high to Catterlick. It's being knocked down by Stillwater. They look to send that cross ice, broken up by Catterlick. Fish will chip it into the zone and down along the boards to the corner. Send up high. Burke will use the board, send it down low. Picked up by Stillwater. They look to go cross ice. Brzezinski will break that up. Brzezinski gets a shot. Rebound up front. Tellerico tries to get there. Can't quite get a stick on it before it's knocked to the side. Set behind the net along the boards. Burke's going to pick it up, carry into the middle of the ice. Burke gets a shot saved by the goaltender. Brzezinski's going to pick it up. Saved by the goaltender again. That'll be chipped along the boards. That is going to be, I think, no, it's going to get there. Katerlik's going to get there first before. I don't think it had enough for icing anyway. Katerlik tries to send that up ice. Be knocked down by Stillwater. Tallarico will step in, chip it around the defender. Tallarico carries up the boards. Tallarico in the bottom of the circle. Stillwater will strip that, send it up high. Katerlik will send it back towards the net. It's wide of the net. Radzak out of the box will pick it up along the boards. Radzak in the corner. Stillwater player loses a stick. Radzak looks to send it up to Dunbar. Intercepted by Stillwater. Radzak will pick it back up. Shot by Radzak. Knocks the stick out of a Stillwater hand. Welty will pick it up. Welty looks to center. I think he hit some traffic there. Katerlik will hold it in. Sorry, I'm off camera there. Dunbar has it in the neutral zone. He'll send that up to Radzak. Radzak will lose his stick and broken up there. Ooh, Dunbar's stick just to the bottom of the chin. Be a penalty coming on the Ponies. That looks all right, but that was a rough spot to take a stick. I don't think that was intentional, but just kind of up underneath the chin into the neck. Cohen Dunbar on the faceoff for Proctor. It's got Simonson who picks it up off of the faceoff. He'll drop it back for Olsen. Olsen will carry down to the corner. Olsen pressured, sends it back up high to Simonson. Simonson shot from top of the circle. Goaltender makes a save. Dunbar gets in there. He's taken down. Johnson gets a shot, deflected by the goaltender. Stillwater's going to pick the rebound up. They look to send that cross ice. Broken up by Johnson. We'll get out into the neutral zone. Simonson will take it off their stick, but turn it back over. Stillwater tries to send that down to the rails end. Hit Dunbar. Will drop it in the neutral zone. Johnson grabs it. Johnson clears the defender, trying to regain control of the puck. He doesn't. Stillwater will take it to the corner. Sent up and along the boards. We should have a Stillwater icing call here. Tallarico down in the corner. He's looking to center. The carry behind the Ponies net. He's going to turn into the circle, gets a shot, kick saved by the goaltender, sends it over to the corner. Stillwater's going to pick it up. Tallarico will hold it in. Tallarico comes away with it. Tallarico behind the net. Tallarico over in the corner. We'll send that up to Burke. Burke will hold it in, chip it back down low. Brzezinski tries to get a stick on that. Stillwater's going to chip that cross ice. Stillwater center actually send it up high to the defender. They turn to get a shot. It's blocked by, I believe, Fish. Tallarico hustles. Stillwater's going to get there, take the puck from Tallarico. Fish knocks that down as Stillwater tries to send it behind their net. He chips it up high. Brzezinski will get a stick in that. Turn it back over to Stillwater. Lots of little chippy sticks there. So he's sent down to the corner by Brzezinski. Fish in the corner. Fish sends it up to Dunbar. Dunbar will knock it back down to the corner. Fish along the boards, chips it back down to Dunbar. Dunbar up high to Katerlik. Katerlik gets a shot off. That hits, I think, maybe Berg. Berg taken down in front of the net, but it's wide of the net. Chipped up to Dunbar. Dunbar tries to center, turns it over to Stillwater. They're going to overrun that, though. They'll pick it up, try to chip it out. They hit Radzak, and it drops into the neutral zone. Burke will send it down into the Ponies' end. They're going to pick it up, send it out into the neutral zone, and hit traffic. Burke chips it past the defender up to Dunbar. Dunbar will carry over the blue line. Stillwater's going to strip that. Poked away by Catterlick and picked up by Radzak. Radzak loses an edge over near the boards. Stillwater tries to send it towards the rail zone. Catterlick will grab it, sends it to Dunbar in the center of the ice. It's behind him. And Stillwater will pick it up. They try to center. Catterlick picks it up. Catterlick will send that along the boards, get past the Stillwater defender. Radzak pressures. Welty's going to grab it. Welty shoots out wide of the net, behind the net. Nimmons chips it out. Stillwater's going to pick it up right at the blue line. Back check by Dunbar. Stillwater's going to grab it back. They're going to score on that. They got past Dunbar as he hustled to try to pick it up. And they're going to send that on the far side of McGowan for a goal. Might have waited too long to hit the highlight. Let's see if we caught it. Yep. Dunbar chips it up to Simonson off of the face-off. Simonson tries to get control, sends it over to Johnson. Johnson will clear the defender. Johnson gets a shot. Dunbar gets a tip on it, sends it wide of the net. Dunbar pinned against the boards. He still centers. Nimmons will get a stick on it, as will Olsen, and hold it in. Johnson sends it down to the corner for Dunbar, who centers across the crease. Stillwater grabs it, sends it along the boards. Stillwater tries to send it up out. Their own player knocks it down. They're going to grab it, though, and send it out past Nimmons. Olsen back on defense. Stillwater centers across. Saved by McGowan. Johnson looking cross ice for Simonson. Stillwater's going to break that up. Simonson will dump that. It'll deflect off the boards. The goaltender is going to put a glove on it. Johnson pressures and takes control. Johnson looks to send that up high to Olsen, and it'll be turned over to Stillwater. Olsen gets a stick on it, holds it in for a second, but Stillwater will continue carry out of the zone. Shot from the center of the circle, that's wide of the net. Held in by Stillwater. They're going to send that on point to McGowan. He will knock that down for a whistle. Brzezinski on the face-off for Proctor. He's sent over to the board. Stillwater will send that across the center of the ice. They'll get there first in the corner. Poked away by Catterlick. Brzezinski gets a stick in there, sends it back to Catterlick. Catterlick up the boards, out of Brzezinski's reach. He'll pick it up, chip it past the defender. Tallarico is past the defender. Tallarico gets a stick on that, sends it down to the corner, and then pressures. Stillwater chips it up to the center of the ice. They're looking for their player. That's going to get past Burke, and Stillwater's going to get there first. Burke gets a stick on it, pokes it to the corner, sends it up the boards. Come on, Fish. Fish gets a stick on it as well, clears the defender. Fish will chip it up into the neutral zone, turn it over to Stillwater. Going to enter there, met by Burke. Fish will pick it up. Fish looks to send that cross ice to Tallarico. Stillwater's going to break it up. They'll dump that along the boards. Burke will get there for Proctor. Pressure by Stillwater. Burke can't get to the puck. He's being held up behind the net. So Stillwater's going to pick it up, send it up high. On net, hit traffic. He's sent on net. McGowan will knock it to the side. Center, around behind the net. Loose puck out front, picked up by Brzezinski. He'll carry the other direction. And back again. Brzezinski along the boards looking for Tallarico. Tallarico knocks it down. Can't clear the zone with it. Stillwater send that back down low. They're going to pick it up behind the net, try to center. Catterlick gets a stick in it, sends it along the boards. Brzezinski there for Proctor. Meets the Stillwater player. Stillwater will come away but drop the puck. Catterlick up to Tallarico. We got a penalty coming here on Brzezinski, I guess. No, Burke. Going to take Burke on, I think, a cross-checking. Oh, they're taking both of them. I'm sorry. 14 for Stillwater. Looks like Ward from here, if my eyes are good enough. And Burke for Proctor. Incidentals there. Face-off will be outside of the Proctor zone. Dunbar on the draw, knocks it towards the Ponies' end. He'll hustle. Stillwater gets it, chips it to the boards, picked up by Radzak. Radzak drops it off for Dunbar. Dunbar back to Radzak. Radzak behind the net. Come on, team. Saved by the goaltender. Radzak looked for the kind of wraparound there. Goaltender saved it with a pad. Olsen tries to send that back. Radzak's going to pick it up in the neutral zone, circle back around. Radzak pushed to the corner. Maintains control of the puck, sends it up high to Nimmons. Nimmons will turn and shoot. Rebound. Center attempt there by Olsen. He picked up by Stillwater right in front of the net. They're going to send that one up and out of play. That one hit Mr. Tallarico in the back. Coach Frank will have a bruise. Dunbar on the draw for Proctor. Stillwater will pick it up. They'll flip that one past Nimmons to the corner and chase. Olsen there first. Olsen back up the boards. He's looking for Welty. Stillwater's going to intercept it, however. Broken up, though, by Dunbar as Stillwater tries to send it towards the rails net. Dunbar up to Welty. Welty will carry, loses control of the puck over by the boards. Regains it, carries behind the Stillwater net. Be knocked down by Kaderlich. Icing waved off. Loose puck behind the Stillwater net. They get there first. Send it up the boards. Come on, Stanley. Johnson will grab it as it enters the neutral. Actually, no, that rolls past him. It's on its side and just took a weird bounce. Kaderlich moves it up ice. Looking for Welty. Welty chips it over to Dunbar. Be broken up by Stillwater. They'll send that down to the corner. Kaderlich has it. Kaderlich drops it back to the corner. Stillwater's the only player there. They're going to pick it up, send it up high. Shot off speed. Will be deflected by McGowan, picked up by Dunbar behind the rails net. Dunbar is going to carry to the corner. Turn a reverse course. He's got two players on him. Kaderlich will step in, pick it up. Kaderlich chips it up. It'll be one-timer shot there by the Stillwater defender. Will bounce into McGowan's glove for a whistle. Cohen Dunbar on the face-off. Picked up by Burke. Burke will circle around in the corners, chips it up the boards. Stillwater's going to knock it down. They're going to carry. Backhand goal will get past McGowan to tie it up. I believe that was number 4 for Stillwater. Simonson grabs it off of the face-off. He'll carry into the zone. Be held in by Burke. Knocked back out by Stillwater. Kaderlich sends it up ice to Johnson. Johnson clear the defender. Johnson shot hits the side of the net. Tries to center. It's a Stillwater player. Dunbar centers out front to Simonson. He can't get a stick on it. Stillwater's going to pick it up and carry out of the zone. Going to get past Burke there. Kaderlich back checks. Stillwater's going to get a shot off. That's going to sneak through and put the Ponies up by 1. Off-speed shot got through on the low side of McGowan there. Tallarico, Fish, Brzezinski, Nimmons, Olsen. Just under a minute left in the second period here. Olsen will chip it up into the zone. Picked up by Stillwater. Brzezinski grabs it, chips it back into the Stillwater end. Brzezinski comes away from the boards. He loses control of the puck as he runs into two players. Nimmons will send that towards the net. Fish gets a stick on it and Stillwater will grab it, drop it to the corner. One's gonna be held in by Olsen. Olsen behind the rails net. Olsen sends a puck over to the corner. Chips it up high to Nimmons. Nimmons can't get his body turned quite enough. He's gonna whiff on a shot and turn it over to Stillwater. Tallarico tries to push him to the corner. Shot deflected by McGowan behind the net. Picked up by Olsen. Olsen will chip that up. Come on, guys, get there. Fish will send that up ice to Tallarico. And Tallarico, as he's crossing the blue line, will get the buzzer for the end of 2. I would assume they're going to zam because they last zammed before the last period of the varsity game, but I don't know. Nobody appears to be leaving the ice, so I guess not. Shots on goal after 2 periods. Rails with 21, Ponies 20. Sorry, I gotta fix the scoreboard. I was busy doing other things. Okay, hang on. Okay. We got a minute 30 penalty on Seeger Dunbar. I did not see it because I was messing with the scoreboard, so no clue what for, but 1-man disadvantage for the Rails here for a minute 30. That will be chipped up, get past the Stillwater defender. Right now the Proctor PK is Olsen, Tallarico, Nimmons, and Brzezinski. Olsen will get there, send that up the boards looking for Brzezinski. Stillwater's going to grab it, send it back to the corner. Center. Fumbled out front, and Olsen will grab it, send it up high to the defender. Poked away by Tallarico. Olsen in the corner, takes the puck from Stillwater. He's going to backhand that up the board. Stillwater will grab it. Carry it around through the center of the ice. Deflected off the boards and sent up to the top of the circle. Up to the defender in the center of the ice. Shot hits traffic out front. Nimmons will grab it. Stillwater's going to take it back. They look for the wraparound. Hit the side of the net. Loose puck out front. McGowan makes a save from his stomach. Beautiful save, Cobe. That'll be sent up into the neutral zone. 29 seconds left on the penalty. Stillwater is going to send that one. Might have been offsides, but no call on that. Katerlik up the boards. Brzezinski pressures. Will be sent back down along the boards. Stillwater is going to turn and shoot. McGowan will cover it up. We've got 15 seconds left in the penalty. UPK line comes out. We've got Katerlik, Burke, Radzak, and Johnson. Sent up high. Shot into traffic. McGowan will glove that one. Johnson will take the face off here for Proctor. Burke will send that up. That's going to bounce past the Stillwater defender. Johnson pressures. Radzak will get a stick on that, knock it down. He'll pick it up in the neutral zone. He's going to leave it. I think he and Catholic might have miscommunicated there. Stillwater will walk in. They send that wide past McGowan. Off to McGowan's stick side. And that'll give the Ponies a 2-goal lead here. Royals were back at full strength there. Cohen Dunbar will take the face-off for Proctor. Simonson right to the net. Simonson's going to sink that one. Goaltender made the first save. Gave up a rebound. Simonson picked it back up, sent it around him. That will pull the Rails back to within 1. Same line, Dunbar on the face-off, Simonson and Johnson on the wings. We've got Catterlick and Burke on defense. Simonson will move that towards the Ponies' end again. Dunbar holds it in, tries to chip it past the Stillwater player. Will get out into the neutral zone, pinned against the boards. Stillwater will come away with it. They'll stretch that. And up into the neutral zone. Simonson poke checks that away. Burke will pick it up, carry along the boards. Burke loses control of the puck. Stillwater tries to send that up the boards. It's going to be held in by Simonson. Burke picks it up. Burke behind the net. Burke looks to center. It's knocked to the side and back behind the Stillwater net. They'll send that up the boards again. Johnson gets a stick on that. It's going to move out into the neutral zone, however, and into the Rails end. Burke there. Burke tries to send that along the boards. It's knocked down by Stillwater. They're going to send that up wide and over the net. Out into the neutral zone where Stillwater will pick it up again. They're going to turn it into the zone. Johnson will get a stick on that. Stillwater's going to grab it, drop it, get past Burke. They get a shot, saved by McGowan. Sent over to the corner by Simonson. Simonson will come away from the boards with it. Chips it up to Catterlick. That gets past him. Catterlick will get there. It's a stick on it, picked up by Dunbar, but he runs into Catterlick. Loses control of the puck. Be sent towards the Rails net, but wide into the corner. Chipped up the boards by Nimmons. Johnson will carry into the zone. He is stripped. Dunbar takes it off the Stillwater stick. They don't quite clear the zone. That one gets out, though. Dunbar gets a stick on that, sends it along the boards. Stillwater's going to come away from the boards with it. Your feet, buddy. They'll send that up high to the defender. Down towards the Rails net. Nimmons will knock it down. Tries to send it out. It'll be gloved and dropped by Stillwater. They'll send that towards the Rails net. That hits Dunbar out front, and McGowan will cover it up. Whew. Welty took the face-off there. Over to the edge, Radzak lost an edge, took down a Stillwater player. He's back up. He's going to try to carry it up the ice. Welty gets a stick on it, sends it behind the Rails net. He's going to pick it up, carry around. Welty up ice to Radzak, center ice. Radzak will get a stick on that one. We'll have an icing call coming, though. Nope, icing waved off. Sorry, one ref arm up, one waved it off. Stillwater will send that up into the neutral zone. Chip it up, intercepted by Dunbar. Dunbar looking for Radzak. Icing waved off again. I think Dunbar was over the center ice there. Radzak will pick it up behind the net. He loses control of the puck trying to center. Stillwater will send that up into the neutral zone. Dunbar will grab it. He tries to chip it to Burke, and it moves towards the Rails net. Come on, guys, let's go. Up to Radzak in the neutral zone. Dunbar will pick it up. Carry it. It's poked off of his stick. He gets back on sides. Brzezinski will send that down the corner. Be picked up by Stillwater in the corner here. Up the boards, held in by Burke. Turned over to Stillwater and sent into the neutral zone. Dunbar grabs it. He clears a player. Drops it off to Radzak. Radzak up to Dunbar. Dunbar in front of the net. Dunbar gets a shot. Goaltender's going to glove that one for a whistle. Brzezinski will take the face-off. He's got Olsen's taking the face-off. Got Talarico, Brzezinski, Burke, and Katerlik. So Olsen centering, looks like. Come on, guys, get there. Let's go. Katerlik will pick it over, runs it. Ships it up the boards. Burke will send it up to Talarico. Talarico will chip it out. Looking for Olsen, just out of his reach. Talarico snags it as he crosses the blue line and drops it. Stillwater is going to clear Burke there. Back check by Katerlik. Ooh, and a swing. Burke sends it towards the rails net. Olsen's going to overrun it a touch, and the goaltender will cover it up for a whistle. Yikes. Cohen Dunbar on the face-off. He's with Simonson, Johnson, Burke, and Katerlik. Be held in by Burke. Clears the defender. Sends that over to the corner. Simonson will get there first. Simonson loses an edge, and he's stripped over in the corner. Tries to back check. Stillwater is going to poke it up to their teammate. Pushed over to the corner and a whiff on a shot. He sent up high to the defender. He'll send that towards the net. Ooh, Katerlik just kind of scooched out of the way there. And McGowan saw it coming last second, made the save. Welty on the face-off. Dunbar will grab it, poked off of his stick behind the net, sent to the corner. Stillwater will send it back along the rail, behind the rails net over to the far corner. Fish chips it around the player. We chip back down low. Dunbar chips around the player and picked back up by Stillwater. We're going to move that up high. He held in. Shot from out near the boards. Kick save with the deflection by McGowan. Picked up by Fish, and he loses an edge. Dunbar has it in the corner. He's almost stripped over there. He's going to send it up into the neutral zone to Fish. Taken off of his stick, but Welty follows it up, picks it up, carries over to the boards. Ooh, Welty's going to pull a pretty good penalty there. Looks like he grabbed the face mask and pulled him backwards. So that will put the rails down a man, I think just for a minute 30. Radzak's going to take the face-off for Proctor. Radzak strips it, sends it cross ice for Fish. Be held in by Nimmons. Nimmons will clear the defender. Carry down to the bottom of the circle. Taken off of his stick as he moves behind the Ponies net. Stillwater will send it up high. They're going to look for the stretch here. They'll carry up and over the blue line. Send that towards the rails net. McGowan will glove that as it bounces towards him. Brzezinski takes the face-off here. He's got Talarico, Burke, and Katerlik, I believe. Stillwater, quick shot off of the face-off. That's wide in front of the net. Defender will hold it in. Block shot by Brzezinski. Will send that puck into the neutral zone. He will pressure, force... Nope, thought force a turnover, but nope. Be picked off by Burke. Burke's going to turn and head the other direction. He'll send that down to the corner. Stillwater will grab it, regroup. 22 seconds left in the Welty penalty here. And clear Tallarico, poked away by Katerlik. Katerlik gets another stick on it, sends it up out into the neutral zone. Good job, Stanley. Stillwater will send that back up along the boards. That's going to get past Burke. Tallarico thankfully knocks it away into the boards. He will pick it up, carry behind the rails net. Rails back at full strength. Oh, shoot. Tallarico send that one out of play. Olsen jumped out of the benches. Welty entered it from the box. Cohen Dunbar on the face-off. Tries to send that to the corner. Seeger's going to pick it up. Cohen knocked down. Shot, the rebound out front, knocked away. I'm not sure who even knocked it away, but Stillwater will carry to the corner. They're going to carry out in front of the net. Johnson tries to kick it over to the side. Johnson up to, but behind Dunbar. Dunbar will grab it, moves it up to his brother. Come on. Stillwater's going to grab control over the bottom of the far circle. They'll send that along the boards, be held in by Nimmons. Look out, Matt! Jasper has a shot from out near the blue line, almost hits Johnson, but gets through to the net just wide of the pipe. Olsen will move that up high to Nimmons again. Nimmons tries to send it back down low. He's going to hit traffic. He loses an edge there. Probably tripped, but Dunbar will grab it, send it behind the net. That will get up out of the zone. Stillwater will grab it, send it back in for an offsides. Face off just outside of the Proctor zone here. Brzezinski will draw. It's got Radzak and Simonson, it looks like. With Katerlik and Burke on defense. Burke knocks that away. Up to Simonson. Simonson tries to regain control. He is stripped along the boards. We dump to the corner and chased. Katerlik gets there first. He whiffs on an attempt to send that behind the net. Pins against the boards. Stillwater's going to come away with it. They turn and shoot. McGowan first save. Rebound picked up, sent towards McGowan, and then up high. They're going to chip that towards the net from out near the blue line. Sent back down to the corner. Katerlik behind the net. Katerlik chips it up to Radzak. Radzak looks for Brzezinski in the center. Simonson will get a stick on it, move it out of the zone. I'm sorry, that was Burke, not Radzak. Simonson carries, shot from out near the boards. He's nailed into the boards after the shot. No call coming on that. Brzezinski tries to pick it up behind the net. It's sent over to the corner. Pinned against the boards. Simonson will step in to help out. Brzezinski comes away with it. Come on, B. Yeah. Oh, that was the crossbar, if you couldn't hear it from here. That looked like a goal, to be honest, but looked like it hit and came back out, and our coaches and folks in the box seem to agree, but the ref says no. So Stillwater will dump that into the zone for an offsides call. Terry, yes or no? No help from his uncle. All right. Seeger on the face-off here. Tallarico grabs it. He'll carry to the far boards. Chips that to the corner and chases, as does Dunbar. Dunbar's going to get there first for Proctor. Stillwater will grab it. Other Dunbar meets him in the corner. Center by Cohen. Oh, nobody could get a stick on that one. Olsen to the boards. Dunbar's going to grab it, send it to the corner. Tallarico steps in to help. Be sent along the board. Stillwater's going to grab it. Ooh, Dunbar breaks that up. Keeps it into the zone. And Elder Dunbar tips it down to Tallarico. He'll carry to the corner. Tallarico stripped of the puck. Stillwater will carry over to the far corner. They're stripped back by Olsen. Dunbar centers out front as he's nailed into the boards, but the rails will get a goal. Dunbar was cross-checked behind the boards by the Stillwater player there. But it will result in a goal, I think, for Tallarico. Cohen, good pass, bud! probably catch the cross check behind the net too. Right here. Oh yeah. All right. Head height is low, so maybe that's it. But Fish's stick held up here along the boards. Stillwater will grab it and dump it down into the Proctor zone. Sorry, we are tied up. Scrum in the corner, sent up high to Stillwater. They'll send that towards the net. McGowan kick save over to the corner where Burke will grab it, send it up to Fish. That's going to get past. I guess they're going to wave. No, they are calling icing. I thought we had a stick on that one, but no touch. So face-off will be down in the rails zone. Looks like Dunbar will take the draw here. Got Simonson, Burke, Tallarico, and Katerlik. Dunbar will kick it over to Burke. Burke will pick it up, send it up the boards. Dunbar gets a stick on it. Simonson will pick it up in the neutral zone. That was an offsides. Tallarico got into the zone ahead of Simonson. Off the face-off, Dunbar will carry into the zone. Tries to chip it over Simonson. Stillwater's going to grab it, carry out into the neutral zone, back into their end. Dunbar pressures. We're going to clear Tallarico, carry along the far board, centering attempt, knockdown. Katerlik will send it up the boards to Tallarico. He's going to chip it around the Stillwater player up out of the zone. Stillwater will send it right back in for an offsides call. Katerlik chips it up. He's looking for Radzak. Stillwater's going to knock it down, carry back. Brzezinski pressures. That one will be sent up out of play. Sent cross ice to Stillwater off of the face-off. They'll dump that into the zone. Olsen picks it up behind the rails net. He chips it up to Dunbar. Dunbar cross ice looking for Brzezinski. That'll get past him. Radzak will pick it up and carry it out of the zone. Radzak through the neutral zone. Radzak will send that just bouncing wide of the net. Dunbar gets there first for Proctor. He's going to take that from Stillwater. Dunbar tries to center, hits the side of the net. Brzezinski turns, gets a little shot off. Come on, guys. Oh, yep. Goaltender is going to cover that up. Made at least 2 saves, I think, on that. Face off here in the along the near boards in the Stillwater end. Up high to Tallarico. Tallarico sends it on net. Goaltender will cover that up right away. Little shove to Johnson there. Johnson didn't do anything. He was right out in front looking for the rebound. Tallarico over skates that. Dunbar's going to grab it, tips it up high to Olsen. Olsen loses control of the puck. He sends it over along the board. Stillwater's going to grab it. They send that up. It should be an icing call here. And it is. Dunbar, Tallarico, Johnson, Katerlik, and Burke. Less than 30 seconds left here in play. He's sent up high. Johnson tips it back to Katerlik. Katerlik will send that on net. That gets in! I think he hit traffic out front and bounced past the goaltender. I definitely screened and a change of course on the traffic there. Shoot for them. Yay for us. So Johnson tipped that back to Katerlik. Oh, you know what? It looked like maybe Dunbar knocked that down. So it might actually be credited to Dunbar. Still play left here. Tallarico will grab it off of the face-off. Come on, guys. Burke chips it over to the boards. There'll be an offsides call there on the Ponies. Stillwater does have their goaltender pulled, so we've got 6-on-5 hockey for the last 15 seconds here. Stillwater will chip it into the zone. Burke's going to pick it up, send it down ice. That one will be off the point of the net, and it will be an icing. So face off deep in the Proctor zone here. Just 6.2 seconds left. My clock doesn't do points. 6-on-5. Dunbar on the face-off. Sent out in front, bouncing puck. He sent over to the far boards. Johnson will grab it, send it down ice. Stillwater knocks it down. That'll be the end of it, however. Rails will hang on to a 7-6 victory. Rails head next weekend to Warroad. I think that's the next game. I don't think there's games this week. I think 1 o'clock on Friday down in Warroad for that tournament. We will see you then.